just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. No. Her boyfriend's named Jay. He brings a gun to school and he'd simply kill my ass if he knew the truth. He lives on my block and he drives a night ride, but he doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't give a damn about me. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. No. Oh, yeah. She doesn't know what she's missing. Oh, yeah. She doesn't know what she's missing. And I feel like mold. It's prom night and I am lonely. Lo and behold, she's walking over to me. This must be fate. My lips starts to shake.
Oh man, the timer went off. I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. Hey everybody.
Hey.
Hey, it's Aviva. It's Sean. It's so far not Jason B. We hope he's okay. Haven't seen anything, haven't heard anything. Oh no! But that's all right. Sean and Aviva have the strength of at least 1.5 Jason B's. Sean, unmute yourself, you so-and-so. Hold on, there we go. See, I'm asking you very nicely with a click of a mouse to unmute yourself. How long have we been living in this hellscape that people still don't unmute themselves? Sean Crandall!
Look, it would be like this if we weren't in a hellscape, so I guess deal with it.
Oh, man. Got put firmly in my place. That's fair. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Again, you guys have been on the show. You know I'm going to look up there. That means I'm looking at the people. Down here, that's you guys. What does that matter?
The peasants in the gutter.
No, I love you guys very much. But we have to connect straight down the barrel. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It looks like, at least for now, unless Jason comes running into the room, slamming on the windows, graduate style. It's probably just going to be Sean, Aviva, and I. That's unfortunate. We like Jason B, but hopefully he's doing all right out there. Hey guys, how are you? We're going to do the. You guys have done the show since we've been doing it here. You know we go in this random meandering mosey into the stream while we wait for everybody to file in to the respective outlets. How are you? How's your week been?
It's been all right.
Yeah?
My car broke down last week and got it back today. So it was... it's nice to not have a busted ride.
Sure. I mean, obviously the not having it broke down in the first place. I mean, there's nothing that one can do about that, I suppose. Glad it's better now, but sorry you had to deal with that.
And hey, another expense amidst a pandemic.
Yeah, just throw it on the pile.
One more flapjack on the tower.
Well, I'm sorry, but welcome back to the land of the mobile. Aviva, how
It builds character.
Yeah, exactly. Aviva, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. what's new this week? I just picked up some groceries from Vaughn's. I got about 4 frozen CPK pizzas.
Ooh.
Pretty exciting for me, honestly.
Sure, yeah.
2 of those barbecue chicken. So that was pretty good. My boyfriend is playing Bloodborne next to me. I heard he lost quite a few blood echoes recently, so he's not in a good mood. That's what's happening in my world.
So with 0 reference, let's see. What does blood echoes mean to me?
Lan, how would you describe a blood echo?
It's easy.
He's already exhausted. What is it?
You get a blood echo when you kill an enemy, and then they take them away when you die.
Did you hear that?
Okay.
You get a blood echo and you kill an enemy, and then they take it away from you when you die.
Sure. So it just sounds like soul collecting, I guess. So
Sure, your standard soul collecting.
yeah, except we got to zazz it up. It's a blood echo. It's not a spirit or a soul or anything. It's a
Sounds like standard property theft in feudal times.
Definitely. Yeah. Pretty run-of-the-mill stuff.
all right. Well, okay. Well, it's been kind of weird around. I mean, it's always weird trying to ask people, "How's your week's been?"
Amidst all this, yeah.
Yeah. So be ready for when I ask you how you're doing again in about 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll think of something a little jazzier.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? That should just be a standard feature now. It's just, why for the last 10 months have we been asking, how you doing? And then just going with, dying slowly on the inside, rotting at the equal pace on the outside. Why not? I collected a couple blood echoes this week, and it was nice. They're all getting along, famously. You really want your blood echoes to all be on the same page. If they're just going to be rattling around in there, you want them to be as close to friends as you can hope for, in as far as absorbed souls go.
For me, I'm experiencing that moment in the Last Grail or whatever, the Indiana Jones movie where the guy drinks out of the wrong grail and he just grows old and old. But I'm experiencing it like a GIF, so it's just happening over and over and over.
Sure. Oh, just all grainy. I don't know. That's just how I imagine GIFs.
That's what it was called. Who am I?
All right, Sean, we have to be quiet. We have to let Aviva finish her material.
As if I'm not also finishing my material right now on my phone.
All right. You know what?
I also, for one of the prompts, I was trying to look up what a popular mechanics article sounds like, but it's behind a paywall. So
Oh, no.
I'll never know.
That was very inconsiderate of me.
Yeah.
I also found this was a research-heavy episode. I looked a lot into what astrology was.
Well, I mean, the show has always been about varying degrees of homework.
It's subtitled as a learning podcast.
It should be. There's a lot of research that goes into the show. And really, you get out what you put in. So you put that work in there, you get that many pages worth of Wikipedia returned in laughter. That's how I've always found it. All right.
Boy, I'm going to have a lot of targeted ads about astrology and crystals coming up pretty soon.
I mean, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for the cheer. Thanks for the cheer out there, Bjornson. All right. So, we're just going to go with it. I'm still going to keep an eye over on Messenger and see if Jason ever shows up. But I just hope he's all right. I hope everything's okay. Maybe emergency came up. I think he's still the superintendent manager or something at a complex down in L.A. or a building down in L.A. Or he might have finally gotten out of that. I don't know. Maybe it was an emergency in the building. I mean, that's not what you want to wish for. But the excuse better be damn good, Bargert. That's all right. Life happens. Okay, so we've waited long enough to get some folk in the stream too, and we're just gonna jump on it. Cool. So thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out over there. Let's get the show started proper. Let's remember, I don't have to say Jason's name or his intro. All right. Here we go. 1 second. I'll roll the opening, and we will do the show. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Sean and Aviva. If you married yourself, you combine the two names. It's Aviva. All right.
That power couple of evil.
I mean, there's an L in there for land. It works.
Yeah. It's so better.
All right, let's start the program. Here we go. Wait, make sure I've got it right. Yeah, let's do that. Here we go.
Roughly 24 to 92 hours ago, Stab's team of comedy scientists commissioned 3 specific humorists to give various potentially comedic takes on several random topics, which they will now perform for the first and likely last time in front of a live studio audience in a show called Stab.
Good evening and welcome to the Stab Show, the reason Thursdays at 8 p.m. were invented. Let's meet tonight's panelists. Our first panelist once drank an entire waterbed full of cherry 7-Up just to impress a neighborhood possum. He's 1/3 of the dregs of Craigs. It's Sean Crandall.
Hello, everybody.
And our second panelist can't wait to remember in vivid detail every tiny, stupid thing she's ever done the second her head hits the pillow tonight. She's an amazing stand-up comedian. It's Aviva Siegel.
Hi. That was so real.
And I'm your host, Jesse Jones. Replace cap after use to ensure my continued freshness. Greetings and welcome to the Stab Show. And today, for the first time ever, we actually wish we hadn't ignored all of our dumb friends trying to get us to understand Reddit. Let's meet tonight's panelists. Sean, hey there, buddy.
Hey there, how's it going?
Not bad. How are you? How are things? You're not solely defined by skimming the top scum off of Craigslist, but how are you and or the Dregs family?
Yes, we're also defined by scraping the bottom scum off of Craigslist as well,
Sure.
and that's about where we're at right now. I offer my general COVID platitudes,
And they are accepted just as warmly.
and peace be with you.
Yeah, exactly. And to you as well. Well, thank you, Sean. Dregs. Oh, you guys are... No, not this weekend because it's a 5th weekend. Next week, we've got Dregs and
Yes.
Craigs coming back. So, first Saturdays, 7 p.m. on Stab Comedy Theater TV. We're almost a streaming service. Okay. You've seen everything on Netflix. Switch over to Stab. Thank you, Sean. Psst, Aviva. Hi. I don't want to bother you. Hopefully you got the first.
Hi.
Hope you got the first prompt done. Then we'll just continue rolling it out throughout the show. Hello, Aviva. Good to see you.
Hey.
Nailed it. How's things in your world? You guys are still down in LA, yes?
Down in LA, just hanging here with our cats, Hambone and Flippy. And doing our thing.
Yeah?
Just subscribed to HBO Max, so
Oh, wow.
we're really living it up.
Sure.
canceled Hulu, now subscribing to HBO Max. So a lot of changes happening around here.
You know, priorities. You gotta get there in time for Godzilla versus Kong. Clearly.
That's what we're paying those big bucks for.
Yeah,
for
sure. Dropping that trailer apparently sold you immediately.
Never heard of this movie.
It's the wondrousness of Godzilla versus King Kong. It's a shared universe. That's what all the kids are doing.
Whoever wins, we've already lost to capitalism.
It's weird that they're like the exact same size. Like how
Isn't
large
it?
they are. They're like both just as large as each other.
Isn't that convenient?
That's very convenient.
I kind of miss old Godzilla things where there was a guy who was just really small but could still kick Godzilla's ass.
That's so cool.
Yeah, because it would be a tougher sell if if King Kong was half the size of Godzilla. You can't really sell that fight.
Yeah, you can't make a movie anymore with like the daughter of Mothra, who is just like a grub the size of an Oldsmobile.
It was simpler times.
Simpler times.
And with that in mind, actually, this does sort of refer to simpler times in a way. Segment 1, reorganization. Please take the following acronym. Please take the following acronym and reimagine it. Who or what else might it now represent? Video games. They're not just for dork-ass dork nerds anymore. Land. In fact, based on a headline I just sort of glossed over and didn't really pay much attention to, the video game industry now outgrosses the film industry by a factor of 700 to 1, or something like that. And every year, all of the most bespectacled names in gaming come together for the Game Developers Conference, formerly the Computer Game Developers Conference, or CGDC, to decide exactly how many turtles should be sacrificed to the gaming gods that year to maintain profits. But the odds are pretty good that CGDC could stand for something else too, so why not tell me who or what else CGDC might stand for or represent? I don't need that cadence. Might stand for or represent to you. Sean, let's hear your CGDC.
Well, Jesse, CGDC is the rallying cry for the subreddit soldiers of today, the mantra of the disinvested investor, the magic incantation to ruin those with hedge funds, spoken by those with nary a hedge to their name. It stands for, come on, GameStop, don't crash.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on right now. Oh, I missed out on it. I should have listened to my friends preaching Reddit. I still don't understand it. Thank you, Sean. Aviva, let's likewise hear a CGDC from you.
Now, this is pretty exciting.
Okay.
It's a brand new piece of technology. All right. It's a brand new type of, it's an infrared, 6-chip camera, very advanced stuff.
Wow.
And it makes everyone in photos look just like the Blockbuster Entertainment Award nominee, Carla Gugino. It is the Carla Gugino digital camera. It's brand new product. This is Carla Gugino for anyone who doesn't know who she is.
Well,
very attractive woman. So, it's a camera. It makes everyone in photos look like the 49-year-old Florida native, moderately successful actress, Carla Gugino. Ever want to know what it feels like to be Michael J. Fox's love interest during the first season of Spin City? Try the Carla Gugino digital camera. Want to look like the family matriarch in the Spy Kids franchise? I bet you do. Try the Carla Gugino digital camera. Want to resemble an actress that Charles Isherwood of the New York Times once described as simply magnificent? Try the Carla Gugino digital camera today.
I mean, sold. Play. There it is. No, the sound effect was just stunned into silence. We've now Michael J. Fox's love interest. A love interest. In the first season. Thank you, Aviva. Thank you, Sean. We are going to be getting through this one quick. Segment 2. Bootleg it. Oh, this one's a fun new one. Want to make a quick buck? Take something people love. Change it just enough to still be recognizable as that thing to someone who doesn't pay that much attention. Call it something else and sell it from a blanket outside of Ralph's. Bootleg it. And so, with this entrepreneurial spirit in mind, take these world-renowned, successful properties and give us your dollar store, flea market, bargain bin, knockoff, counterfeit, or bootleg version of each of them. So we'll get each one bootlegged item of these 3. We'll introduce them one at a time as we get to them. So we're going to start off with Sean. Let's hear your bootleg Sex and the City.
So all of these bootlegs that I found came from a streaming service that I saw eating the desiccated remains of Quibi and CISO. It calls itself Weblix. And when it noticed me watching it scavenge content from its fallen brethren, it scuttled up and offered to me some of its original programming. Okay. And the Sex and the City one is called Brood Town. It's the story of 4 inseparable cosmopolitan goblin women as they work in the big city, have brunch, and commiserate in their attempts to each find their own Mr. Big, a male goblin brute they can breed with, then kill and eat to gain his power. And so it's just like a fun mashup of the original Sex and the City and a horrible hellscape of D&D monsters.
Sure. Just just some ladies out there looking for their blood echoes.
You really latched onto that blood echoes thing.
I know.
I mean, I guess you have to world build, but man. All right. Thank you, Sean. Your Sex and the City. Let's hear then, Aviva, your bootleg Sex and the City.
My bootleg Sex and the City, I would call that Metropolitan Quadsome and the Men in Which They Acquire.
Yeah.
I didn't write a description, but I could describe it if that's what's required. I'm not.
I mean, it's on the shorter form of the prompts, but if you got a little description, feel free to throw it out there. This was.
I don't. I actually don't.
You don't have to. It actually works just as the title. In the second slot, a little inside stab ball. Second slot is usually meant to be the short form. So you don't have to. That's why we have 3 of them, so they can just be.
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly. All right, you read it right. Well done, Aviva.
Oh, good.
And I bloviate as usual.
Bloviate. I gotta write that down.
That's all right. We've got half a barger to to expand into. So we're filling the container.
But Jason's not here. I have to fill in.
Exactly.
I have to fill in extra time.
Yeah. So we appreciate your bloviations. So let's hear then your Sean, your bootleg Sesame Street.
So what one of the other shows on here is called Sesame Road.
Oh,
and
sure.
This was pitched to me as a children's program, but upon watching it, I found that it was a shot-for-shot remake of the movie The Road, but recast entirely with Muppets.
Oh, God damn
it. With the notable exception of a cameo from Nathan Lane as a jovial cannibal.
Oh, man. I hate how much I want to see a Muppets The Road.
I mean, it works as long as you do any remake with just one single
You have to have
human
one human
actor in there.
Yep. That's the one Muppet rule. You have to have one human in there. Oh, I have actively we saw the Road when it came out in the theater, and I felt bad. I felt bad a lot.
Yep.
I mean, I knew it was going to be what it was going to be, but that was a lot. And
To read it is one thing. To see it is another.
yeah. Not too surprisingly, never had a real need to revisit it. Got all we needed in that one. Aviva, let's hear your bootleg Sesame Street.
This is an interesting program. This version of Sesame Street, it's called Edible Seed Thoroughfare. And there are some puppets around. I would say it's mostly about a kind of national seed exchange. But there are puppets. There's people, there's puppets, there's dogs, there's cats. I mean, there's a mix of everyone. They're all hanging out, definitely passionate about the seed exchange, I'd say.
Sure.
I love going to a good bazaar and just haggling over seeds with my fellow puppets.
Come on, buddy. These good seeds, huh? I'm not sure why I turned into. What was that the?
Oh, are you like Watto?
Yeah, that was exactly. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm trying to sell you a young Jedi. Come on, buddy.
We don't take Republic credits around here.
Jedi mind trick don't work on me. Except
boy.
Except I won't,
Georgie.
Except I won't notice you turn that trans cube. Why am I riffing on on Phantom Menace? What is going on tonight? Ugh.
We triggered you.
A little bit. All right, final bootleg. Let's hear, Sean, your bootleg of The Fast and the Furious.
So this is a film called Mad Speed, and it promises action, sex, and danger with cool, attractive people performing daring heists in exotic sports cars. However, due to Weblix's low budget for original content, most of the movie is shot in the exotic car dealerships as the characters negotiate deals to purchase the cars to do the heists and the action and such. Any action in the film is recycled stock footage of different exotic cars. That being said, Mad Speed is the flagship franchise of the streaming service with 27 movies in the franchise. And fans love the cool shots with the fisheye lens and the rich inner lives of the car dealers.
Hey, buddy, you need a heist car? So many crossovers.
My Easter egg is just including Watto in every film I've ever made.
I somehow didn't know that I had that voice. Hey! All right. Thank you, Sean. And Aviva, let's finish off bootlegging it with your bootleg Fast and Furious.
This film, it's called The Speedy Group of Scruffy Friends. Now, these guys are really, really fast. They are scrappy, they're scruffy, and they're kind of mean. And the thing is, the meaner they get, the faster they are. So. Sure.
They're the Hulks of speedy people. All right.
Exactly. You get it. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah. You
seem pretty familiar.
Yeah. You wouldn't like how fast I get when I'm angry. This is basically that was bootlegging. Alrighty, to segment 3. Review it. Apparently, the super heavy lifting research portion of the show. You've had an experience with a thing, good or bad. You need the world to know about it. Take to your respective outlets and let your feelings fly. In Review It, you've been tasked with giving us your review of a thing in the style of a specific outlet. So why not go ahead and do that then now? Sean, we're looking to hear we're looking to hear your Game Informer review of Imagination.
Okay, here it is. Imagination, a wild ride that doesn't hold your hand, parentheses, enough, close parentheses, 7.75. Developer Brain Squab's new open-world RPG, Imagination, is a vast and sprawling experience unbound by sometimes limiting hand of the creator, making you, the player, the auteur. It starts out somewhat unconventionally. When accessing the game either physically or via download, it takes you to a simply decorated title screen that merely says, "Put this down and think for a second, you dummy." And so it begins. Do you want to make another platformer ripped off of Mario? Make it in your head. Do you want a cel-shaded fighting game with too much processing power dedicated to boob physics? Make your little noggin do it. Do you want to make yourself have to kill a dog in self-defense, then make yourself feel bad about it by thinking about those dogs as puppies and how you raised them? Yes. Imagination can also make The Last of Us 2. But while the world-building toolset in Imagination is incredibly robust, it poses a problem. Player investment is dependent upon how creative you are. While I was good at aping things I had seen before, I had a hard time making anything new. This was true for many of my friends as well, and we surmised that could be a failing of the developer to adequately introduce the player to the creation tools. Game Informer reached out to Brain Squab to see if any patches would be coming down the road to address this. The only reply at the time of publishing was, "Go throw a football, you fucking nerd." Also, the game occasionally crashes with intrusive thoughts. I've often been playing a game I've made only to be met with an error message that says something like, "Shouldn't you be working?" or "Jen was right, you really haven't thought about commitment, and it shows." This was a wholly surprising and unsettling interference, and nothing I could shift in the settings could change this. Overall, a fantastic experience with harrowing endgame effects. Could use some patches, but the developer has thus far only responded with, "Damn, that sucks, bruh, but it sounds like a you problem."
Sean Crandall, Game Informer review of Imagination. Just go outside and throw a football, nerd.
I just like the idea of you getting you paying $60 for a blank box that says think about it.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that just like, isn't that technically like those like subscription murder solving boxes that you just you just get? Here, we clipped these out for you. Thank you, Sean. Aviva, I'm sorry I ran you smack dab into a paywall, but let's hear your imagining of what a Popular Mechanics review might be for a Popular Mechanics review of a puppy.
A puppy, sure. This is a review. It also includes some news.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The National Puppy Safety Administration has been asked to recall some 158,000 puppies due to defects. In a letter to the Puppy Administration's legal team, it was announced that it is investigating a potential defect concerning incidents of not being cute enough, resulting in loss of being loved enough by their owners. We were hoping that the puppies would be cute enough for us to keep, but they aren't. So we're going to have to send them back, says a former puppy owner who was very disappointed that his puppy wasn't as cute as expected. I wanted him to lick my face, but he just looked scared and hungry. Again, said the puppy owner who seemed annoyed that we were interviewing him. And yeah, that was pretty much, that was the review.
Yeah.
So was that.
I mean, it was,
I know
yeah,
they'll be fine.
a little bit of Consumer Reports in there too. That was just, oh
It's
man,
informative stuff.
yeah.
I don't want to read the next article about the grist mill.
I mean, you buy this puppy, and they've got it all gussied up in the the really high gloss lights in the pound, and then you bring it home and you realize it's an Uggo. And
Yeah.
How much is that doggy in the window? You bring it home, it's a raccoon.
yeah, I mean, and what? You're gonna spend the next 12 years pretending to love this thing? No, let's roll this back onto the lot. Use it for parts. You can salvage some of this. All right, thank you. Those are reviews. Segment 4. Dating profiles. Everybody deserves love, right? Well, no matter your opinion, lots of people think they do. And there's a lunatic out there for every flavor of nut bar. So cast your net into the sea of love and see what sort of haul you drag in from the murky depths of the dating pool. Please give us your dating profiles for the following persons, places, or thingsins. Sean, the other heavy reference deep dive. Let's hear your dating profile for Astrology.
Hi, I'm Astrology, and I'm ready for love. I mean, look, Mercury's going to be in retrograde on Valentine's Day, but Venus and Mars are going to be in conjunction this summer, so fingers crossed. But before we get started, I'm going to have to ask you to fill out this birth chart questionnaire to see if we're compatible. Because even if I really, really, really like you and you really, really like me and everything's going well and it seems like we're destined to be, if our sun signs don't match, we're doomed to fail. So, like, what even is the point?
Yeah.
So I'll need your sun sign, your moon sign, all of your planet signs, your ascending and descending, your vertex and anti-vertex, your point on the nodal axis, your midheaven and imum coeli, where your Chiron is, the location of Eros, Juno, and Ceres on your natal chart, your parts of fortune calculations, and of course where you land on the sun-moon midpoint. When you're finished, send your chart to my personal astrology accountant, Byzantium Stardust, and he will consult the cosmos to see if we should go on a first date. So if you're ready to find divinely inspired love, swipe right. Except if you're a fire sign, then swipe left, you fucking barbarian.
Oh, god damn it. Sean Crandall, dating profile for Astrology. Yeah, that was a lot of research.
There's a lot of stuff.
You
think it's just like Libra and Leo, and then there's like
yeah.
The imum coeli.
I did like that. And anytime anybody can sneak in a Byzanthemum, I'm always going to be about that character. Thank you, Sean. Oh, Aviva, let's... yes, we're still here. Let's see. Let's see and hear. Still no sign of Jason Bart. We're hoping he's all right. All of our best wishes out to Jason B. and his family. Aviva, let's hear your dating profile for a learner's permit.
Yes. Hey guys, my name is Learner's Permit. Pretty unique name, I know. Permit is actually a last name that originates from Greece. Anywho, enough about my family's ancestry. Here's what you need to know if you want to date me, learners. You have to be at least 15 and a half before you can date me. Otherwise, it's totally cool. Also, I'm really attracted to people who give me their thumbprint and social security number because I'm a freak. I'll ask you a bunch of very specific questions that you probably won't have the answers for. I know it seems weird, but I will ask you about when to use fog lights. If we go on a date and we don't have a great time, we can try again in 2 more weeks. And when we do go on a date, we have to have someone who's at least 25 years old on the date with us at all times. That's me, Learner's Permit.
Oh.
This is Zach. He's here to make sure that we don't crash,
Yeah.
do anything weird. Don't mind him.
Yeah. You like this? You ever see a car with pedals on both sides?
Pedals. Like it's a Flintstones car.
No, did you never have to... I only had a couple
Yes.
classes where in the student driver's car,
They also have a brake.
they've got...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It was a little much. Here, pull up behind this car so that you still see a little bit of gap between your bumpers. I'm doing that, and you slam on the brakes. I'm taller than you. I can see the gap farther. That has stayed with me for what? 26 years? I still remember. I was pulling up to exactly where they said, and then just, oh, you son of a bitch.
We all have our demons.
Man, we're going through a lot of stuff today.
And your demon was Chet, the guy who was shorter than you that slammed on the brakes during your driver's test.
I know where you said to stop! Man, there are things that do stick with you, aren't there? All right, that gets us to segment 5 already. Still going to poke my head over here. No. Oh, I hope he's all right. Segment 5, movie makeup. Movies. They may be used to wipe the ass of the gaming industry nowadays, but people still seem to like them. The action, the romance, the non-first-person shooting aspects of them, the almost entirely absent turtle side. Ah, movies. The lazy man's video game. Give me your synopses of made-up movies based on the following titles, skimmed from some of the various random title generators of our friends at seventhsanctum.com. So, let's see. We got, these are, okay. Sean, let's hear your movie, Kid Sheriffs.
So Kid Sheriffs is another movie on the Weblix platform.
Sure.
It is a harrowing documentary reenactment about the child law enforcement that had to take place in the old town of Tombstone, when everyone tragically shot each other to death in that movie. You know, these kids, they had to be each other's huckleberries. And they took it upon themselves to form their own society, their own town. And boy, it was closer to the libertarian ideal than Ayn Rand ever thought possible. And so this documentary just sort of takes you through that. Narrated by Ken Burns.
Sure. Thank you, Sean. Before we get to the plug, I was reminded when I found this prompt, this randomly generated prompt. Laura reminded me. Didn't we watch that? Anybody remember Kid Nation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was that the really, like, fucked up show where they let kids take care of themselves?
Basically, yeah. It was kids.
Yeah.
Kids like ran a town, and there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like-
It was so weird, and I loved its insanity so much. And then realized, oh yeah, Kid Sheriff. That's sort of the thing.
And that's eventually what I came up with.
That's basically yes. Oh,
Hey, look, enough Sean's dicking around on a phone will eventually write the script to Kid Nation.
well, I mean, the folks over there at Weblix are on to something.
They are. They are on to many things that they are trying to avoid copyright infringement on.
Yeah. just all the cobbled together corpses of fallen streaming services. And in my mind, it's got to be LIX, right? Is it?
It is.
Or LYX at worst. All right. Sean, thank you so much. Where can folk enjoy their Sean Crandall outside of this particular program?
Well, a couple of buds and I, we run a podcast on this. We do a live show here, but we also have bi-weekly episodes called Drake's Craigs. We plumb the depths of Craigslist to find the worst, grossest, or most hilarious posts and bring them to you and riff on them.
Yeah.
You can also find me on Twitter at the Sean Crandall.
Well, thank you, Sean. Always so much fun, and do enjoy you and the other Dregs boys. Always fun to have you. And you guys will be
thank
here.
you kindly.
You guys will be here not this Saturday, but next Saturday at 7. First Saturdays of the month at 7 p.m. Aviva, before we get to you closing us out, where can folk enjoy some Aviva Siegel out in the world or on the onlines?
You can find me at Livin' La Viva Loca on Twitter, and you can see Talkies every first and third Friday on Twitch and on Zoom.
Yeah, let me see. That's
/ Talkies Show on Twitch.
yeah, I was going to copy that real quick. Talkies Show. There you guys go. Check it out. Go ahead and follow if you want to. Whatever you'd like to do. Thank you, Aviva. Always fun having you. So let's close out this abbreviated program. Thank you guys for doing so great and filling in for the late Jason B. No, I'm sure he's fine. Aviva, let's hear...
Yes.
I did like this one. Let's hear your synopsis for the movie Truck Woman.
Truck Woman. Paula was just a normal woman. She was a woman with 2 breasts, 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 ears, 2 legs, 2 hands. Pretty standard if you ask me. And she also hated driving. Then one day she met an old mystical way station attendant who put a mysterious hex on her. She woke up and her 2 breasts were headlights. 2 of her hands turned into tires. And 2 of her feet turned also into tires.
See, it was important that we had this rundown of all of the parts.
The body parts.
Her skin turned into a hard metal-like material. Her eyes turned into a windshield. I'm sorry, this is serious. Her eyebrows turned into windshield wipers. Her teeth turned into a truck grill. And her voice became a truck honk. And meanwhile, she's battling for the custody of her kids. And it's Truck Woman.
Yeah, it's basically over the top without the arm wrestling. All right. Thank you, Aviva. And that is the Stab program. Thank you all for tuning in. And thank you again to tonight's wonderful panel, Sean Crandall and Aviva Siegel. If you want to be front row every time we fire up the Stab Show live, just be sure to join us here on Stab Comedy Theater TV every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Or, if you're the very patient type, you can eventually find this and the other 251 other episodes of The Stab Show through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or Podknife. Yes, it's a thing. Thanks for listening, everybody. And until next time, I've been your host, Jesse Jones, wishing you short longs and tight shorts and medium rares. This is probably why I don't have a portfolio. Good night. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Great stuff, as usual. I appreciate you guys very much. I'll get us out of here, quick. I mean, we'll get on with the rest of our day. Thank you guys again. Thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Check us out in the morning. If you want to get stuff done, you can check me out office hours, weekday mornings, 9:30 to noon. Yes, I have a morning stream because I have a hard time doing work unless I'm doing it in front of people. And other stuff that we've got going on. Check out the full calendar of events at stabcomedytheater.com. Or if you're on Twitch, just scroll down. The upcoming week's worth of events are right below. Let's see if there's anywhere that we can send the Twitch audience. Is there anybody doing some fun stuff out there? How about, you know what? Let's see if we can send you over to the Max Drag Show. Get your drag on tonight. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully, or whenever you pop in again. Thanks for hanging out. Talk to you later.